What up, everybody? J-Rock in the building. I want to take a second and welcome y'all to the Everyday DJ Podcast. I'm your host, J-Rock. Tonight, I got a panel of awesome, smart people, talented folks. The phone lines are open, 443-232-0010. The YouTube comment box is open. The Facebook chat comments is open. Twitch is open. Your mama house open. Your daddy house open. Everybody open in this mug. All right, without further ado, we can go ahead and get into the fun. We got a very talented panel. Some awesome people on the phone lines tonight and in the studio. We're going to start out. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself. All right, starting out with my homie, DJ Tony Rome. What up, fam?
What up, dude? DJ Tony Rome from the Boogie Down Barns, formerly of Zucker Entertainment, currently with Slick Witted Productions, held in a COVID state of mind.
My man said a COVID state of mind. All right. Up next, we got DJ B Love in the building.
Good evening, everyone. DJ B Love of the world. Good evening.
Then she can hit y'all with a proper good evening. Now, in the studio, we got some very special guests. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. What's up, fam? How y'all doing tonight?
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Tony Reed.
And I'm Oriel.
Yeah.
We got Oriel and Tony in the building. Special guests in the studio tonight. Y'all feeling good?
Welcome to the Madhouse.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody tell Farnsworth
Welcome to
Bentley
the
to bring
Madhouse.
that Belvy downstairs. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't got no Belvy. I'm broke. All right, so without further ado, we can go ahead and get the conversation started. Like I said, I'm J-Rock, representing the Power Jam DJs and that Good Event Stream team. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about industry standards, and then we're going to go into just some everyday DJ conversation, and then we're going to have a little question and answer session jumping off. And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and make it do what it do. So, with this COVID-19, right? COVID-19 just really changing up everything. All the clubs are either closed or at reduced capacity. There's not a lot of new stuff coming out until recently. And so I know a lot of people look at the clubs far as industry standard. I'm buying this because it's being used in all the clubs. I'm buying this because it's being used in all the venues and all that stuff. And so with the clubs and stuff really not being those trendsetters anymore, I was thinking about this. The industry standard for 2020 is what you use in your house. You know what I'm saying? And as far as industry standard goes, do y'all think the people who attend parties really care? You know?
Well, I mean, definitely is different now due to the fact that part of our job as DJs was not only playing the music and actually being a master craftsman of music, was providing sound. Now everybody's streaming into speakers that are subpar, speakers that don't kick like what we bring to a venue. So those standards are out the window.
Yeah, I was speaking from just people, somebody that goes. I look at it like when you go in there, you of course you want to look at a DJ and see. Like me personally, I could tell by the spot based off of the DJ. How can I put that? Like you go somewhere, you could tell if it's gonna jump or not. He got his freaking phone in his hand and hooked up to a speaker. You already know that's some bullshit. You know, it's just not gonna work. You know, but if he like, you know, he got the energy that they put into it would be, you know, you'd be like, oh shit. And they think people like me don't look at that. That's like, nah, I look at stuff like that. Like, okay, his shit look tight. Or he got little demonstrations jumping off. Or the lights in the corner. Or you just going into a spot, all you smell is weed smoking. and two goddamn speakers, and you can't distinguish the highs from the lows. That's, you know, that's just how I grew up there. Now, I'm baby here. I grew up in a DJ family. You know, granted, I'm able to tell the difference in things, but you know, how you see it, baby.
I mean, well, for me, I don't get close to the DJ booth, so when I walk up at the spot, I want to feel the bass. So if I know you bumping, I want to feel like I'm coming into an entrance. This is my theme song, so light it up so I can walk through. So I really can't.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But if I'm paying my money, I want to know what equipment you bringing, because I want you to turn this party out.
And so you don't necessarily care if they got a Pioneer versus a Radio Shack, long as it sound good and you could party. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what you're saying?
Well, I'm going to say that was then, but because I'm now in a DJ family, I know about Pioneers and stuff. At first, I thought, oh, he just got a laptop in his phone. He about to bang it out. But now I see you really need the equipment to do the job. So
I think
I praise y'all.
Yeah, for real. But you know, like for real, when you look at it for what it is, man. I don't think the world really appreciate what an actual real DJ brings to the table. Like, as far as like, you know, you got a DJ, he might bring lights and shit and pose and all of a sudden you looking at it and the shit going and you be like, what the fuck? Now actually a DJ can steal the show with his presentations too. With if you notice, like in California, they got like these mega DJs. They just throw the, you know,
everything up in the air,
racks and all that shit, you know, and instead of people jamming to the music, they more caught up on
the performance
the
side,
show of the DJ that he got going on to draw the attention to him. So if you look at it from that perspective, if a DJ can switch it to, he can command and demand the attention in the room if he really truly wanted to. I mean, he already do that with the sound, but you get what I'm saying.
Now, B-Love, what's your thoughts?
Like, I'm combination low main about it, right? One of my favorite DJs, that's the world's only team by female DJ. Real talk, she DJ on 2 iPhones, but she is in a controlled environment in the same space. It's a club. They got the speakers tweaked to her little situation that she got going on. So I'm like, off the love of the people who are, you know, doing it like that, I feel you. But I more so agree with our guest tonight for this reason alone. I always feel like as DJs, we got to set a good example for the industry. And I'm not kidding you. Someone paid us a couple $100 to DJ their event. And when they signed a contract, they had an addendum that read, you have to bring a real microphone. And we were kind of stunned by that. Like, why would that be a specification in order to get the gig? I mean, whatever, we have a microphone, but I'm just curious as to why. Listen, when we walked into the place, the people that were put into the event together, the decorations, and they were on like the team to choose all the stuff, they walked over and inspected the equipment and said, "Where is the microphone?" And so we were like, "What is the deal with this microphone?" So this type of headset that I'm wearing currently for the show, this is what the DJ showed up with to give the clients to make announcements throughout the night.
Wow.
And the woman said, "I don't want to mess my hair up." And he was like, "Don't put the headphone, just use the mouth part." And she was like, "I don't want to just use that mouth part." And so I say that to say, if you're going to be taking money from people, you should make an effort to really put your best foot forward. But I also have respect for people that love the craft enough that like, this place needs some music and I know how to select and get this vibe going. And so even with my 2 little iPhones, I'm gonna
But
hook
does
up to
that make me a DJ?
and I'm
then?
gonna make sure you have a good time.
Quick question: does that make me a DJ? Because at the house, when me and we together, you can't tell me I ain't the best DJ, but I don't consider that as DJing. I can switch music on my phone all day long, and that might be able to rock the crowd. But does that make me a DJ? Is the question.
But
What makes a DJ?
At that moment, I would say yes. I will also tell you, don't you go out here and take nobody money and do no damn wedding, prom. Don't you do that. Don't think because you sound good rocking it with your boo that you're going to be able to be a professional DJ, because people expect more than that, right?
So
but
anybody
at the same
can
time,
be
for
a
the moment
DJ.
when you putting it down, do that.
But see, that's a different question, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious about what makes a DJ, because I consider myself as being a DJ if I can just, because that's a crowd. Okay, to me a DJ is like somebody that got the turntables or the mixer and he done sit in and ran. You get what I'm saying?
The question, this is what it is. Anybody can play music and call themselves a DJ, but you got to define what is a DJ.
That's
somebody who shows up, but this is my opinion. You show up with minimum equipment, speakers, CD player, turntable, and you're entertaining a crowd with music. So, and from that standpoint, you can be a DJ even with just your iPhone. Because me and B-Love been to a bar, and the guy locked this bar in a pocket for like a decade using nothing but his laptop and iTunes.
And that's just until he got drunk, and then random customers would fill in for him because he be in the corner toe down drunk somewhere. Yep. And that's real too. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's a different question. I would say it's a nuanced question, right? Because it's different types of DJs. It's there's different types.
I
of
agree with you.
styles and different types of performances. So for that moment, you are, especially if you're willing to do the second part, that would be like what you just said. Do you have the necessary equipment? If all you got is them little old school tape players, remember them little ones that's like the size of a loaf of bread and you put the little cassette in it? Man, don't do that. Don't put yourself out there like that. Right? But that's not having the right tools. Right? I just know about a lot of technical equipment, right? I haven't bound myself to just this time period. I be moving. I told you I'm DJ B-Love of the world.
And so,
yes, ma'am.
So as far as standards go, I don't trip off what people say is the industry standard. What I say is it's some standard stuff. It's some standard tools that I'm going to bring to a gig. And I came
from a club atmosphere in New York. And the industry standards were Pioneer CDJs at the time, or right before the CDJs, they were Technique turntables. I'm from New York, so every good DJ that actually played in a major club either had Techniques, or when we moved over to CDs, you had a Pioneer. I have a sign right above my studio door. DJ is who I am, not what I do. And that's because I've been in this industry for so many years, it's just become a part of me. So my job is actually, what's the definition of a DJ? I'm the guy that rocks the party. Now, how I bring the party to you is the way that I bring the party to the club. So I bring the club atmosphere to my venue, and that's what I do.
I like that. I like how you are, you're hiring me, not necessarily a DJ, and I do this particular thing. I market myself similarly. I'm like, I'm a DJ, I ain't your jukebox, right? So you tell me what vibe you want to set, what type of situation you trying to go, and then, we select from there. And I feel confident doing that because every time I've had that relationship with a client, I ain't gonna say every time, because sometimes people just ain't feeling me. They're like, I'm not with none of that. I ain't with none of that. Sorry, it was loud, but that's it. I can respect that, but many times more than not, people will come up to us at some point in a gig and be like, I don't know how you found my dad's favorite song from the first moment that he fell in love with my mom, but that's the song that you're playing right now. Or I was listening to this song when I told Big Daddy he could hit it from the back for the first time. You got me chilling up in there. Right? So, I mean, any range of emotions.
Now, as far as standards, right, it's some standard stuff that I'm going to bring to a gig. I'm going to bring a microphone. I'm sorry. I'm going to bring a microphone for me. I'm going to bring a microphone for the guests. That's kind of a given, right? Yeah. I'm going to bring at least 2 speakers. I can't show up and have 1 speaker. Not knocking the people who do, but, bring 1 speaker. But me, myself, personally, my personal standard is at least 25 speakers at the game. No. At least a set of speakers at the gig. Right. The appropriate speakers at the gig, right? And of course, the appropriate music. Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know. I understand. You can't. If I'm going somewhere and it's fucking 300 people and he got 2 speakers, but in the back you can't even hear the music because it's so many people in there. So was he prepared or was it just overcrowded? That's
maybe a little bit of both. But
to me, that's the thing that separates a person that know what they doing to a person that just showing up to just take some money. If I tell you I'm having this party, it's like, how many people gonna be there? Man, I don't know, about 200-300. Because I'm giving away drinks. It's a party or something. So, I'm just saying I want to be able to hear the music too, regardless of having the people in there too. Now,
see, but that
my road dog. He don't even roll like that. They say it's going to be 300 people. He like, let's plan for 1,000, just in case, because that's the same scenario that you presented. He was like, what if it be more people? Yeah. And I don't want to be in there sounding like a buster, making it look like I didn't show up appropriately for the gig when really the promoter didn't plan properly for the gig. So I'm gonna take me some extra bumps. It's like on that.
See, this is what some people would do, right? They'll tell you it's gonna be 50 people, knowing the whole time it's gonna be 300, so they don't gotta pay you to bring the extra sound system out.
So y'all charge for that too. So the more speakers, it costs more money too.
The bigger the setup,
okay,
the bigger the price.
Okay,
because it's like, think about it.
I can agree with that, because
that's why that walkthrough is very important right before the gig.
Yeah, it is. It is.
If I'm getting ready to love these big speakers, you got to pay me.
Like, I'm gonna bring. I can't bring 2 speakers for $200 and bring 10 speakers for $200. I can't do it. Can't do it.
So basically, it's like you got to deal with the people trying to get the best for the less.
Yep. Yeah. There's some of that going on too.
And look, and how I knew I was saucy, how I knew I had to drip, how the kids be saying it. It's funny how things like that, because a while ago, you wouldn't have said no shit like that. You was dripping. You hell no. But anyway, moving back.
Soaking wet. She dripped. Soaking wet.
This has turned into a different
like
show.
How I knew that I was saucy is that the clients was like, I appreciate the fact that you brought the appropriate stuff, you know what I mean? That your speakers, looked nice or whatever for my wedding. You don't have to be gold plated, but you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
At
don't
least
give me no ideas.
and wiped them off and different things like that. And I think the clients do appreciate when you show up with the right stuff, when you are professional, unless it's a situation where they're not calling for that. If it's a backyard barbecue, they might not want all that formality. They still should have appropriate sound, but maybe
True.
maybe you ain't gonna pass the mic when Uncle Earl and it's
Get the two-step
You'll be
out
like,
there.
I don't have no microphone
be-
today.
I'd rather be the biggest problem for me is for them to tell me to turn the music down instead of turn the music up. So I'll bring wall bangers where I go.
Now, real quick,
Good
I want to
point.
shout out to YouTube and the Facebook comment box. We got my homie DJ Skip. Salute. We got Kimberly G in the building, checking in from Georgia. Salute, fam.
Hey, Cam.
We got my homie DJ Rob X. Rob X says he went to a wedding about 10 years ago and the DJ used a laptop and iTunes. He said he did laugh inside. I don't know. I think I would have been laughing too. I don't know, it just kind of blow my mind because, you know, I'm the type of DJ, I put a lot of thought, a lot of effort, spend a lot of money, and I want to give a quality situation, but then I realize everybody don't want a quality situation. Some people just want to pay for the rock bottom bare minimum they can pay and be happy with it. But, you know.
I think so. Basically, it matters based on the person. You know, the person that's having the event. And so for y'all DJs, y'all probably really gotta analyze the person that's asking y'all to throw the event. You know, and then I guess you question the money. If he like, hey, look, I'm willing to pay. I want the best. Ain't no questions. If you got a platinum status, let me get that. I want the shebang. So everything is based on the individual that y'all throwing the event for. So
Yep, you got it. That's precisely
so it does matter. Then I guess
It does.
you know everything matters. Cause like they say, there's levels to this shit. So you know if you want that, you know, lights and cameras and all that shit and the sound, and then you're gonna pay for it. If you just want, man, just play 12 songs, all trap music to the shit over with, then you're gonna get that too, I guess. I don't know.
It's different. It's different ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, just play nothing but whatever trap, the latest trap out there, and just rock me out. Everybody in here looking dumb high, and that's it.
It's almost like you've been a roadie at every event for us, because we had a wedding and at the reception, when we had the meeting for the wedding, she said, these are the songs that I want you to play. And so there were 18 songs. And we were like, are you sure? And she's like, oh, yeah. When you get to number 18, just start over again at number 1. So I was like, she's not serious. So we prepared, you know, like we would, to make sure that we had more than 18 songs that fit in the flow. Do you know, I attempted to play a song that was not on her list and not one person danced. Not one. So like you said, it does matter. She's like, play this and this only. And I kid you not, the wedding reception was, I think, 2 hours. It's 18 songs. Y'all know we heard some of them songs more than 3 times. And do you know they partied like it was the first damn time we played? Oh, that's my cut. They was getting it. I was like, oh,
people going back out there sweating again.
Hey, B-Love, were you playing 20-minute remixes of the same song?
Oh my good, no, because it was some songs with lyrics like "Turn around and let me see it, turn around and let me see it, boom, bye, apple pie," and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
A remix on that. Yeah.
Now, as far as partying in 2020, this question goes out to my in-studio guest first, and then we're gonna let the panel speak. But before we do that, the phone lines are open. Feel free to call in 443-232-0010. 443-232-0010. Everyday DJ Podcast. All right, so my question to my panel is partying this winter, partying in 2020, if clubs do open or close or limited capacity, how comfortable are you going out to events and stuff?
I'm not comfortable with it at all. At all. Me personally, I'm 35 and most people be like, you 35, you don't go party. I don't go party because one, before COVID, I'm from the city, I'm from the hood. I don't know who I'm standing next to. I don't know what they got going on. So I don't want to be over here dancing and having fun. Then I got to worry about them about to ring out. So I'd rather put a bottle in each of my room and ball hop like that.
He's a bar. She's a bar hop right in the house.
I can stand on my own couch. I ain't got to worry about nobody driving me home. I can crash in the living room floor if I want to. So with me going out, it's more of a safety reason and precaution right now.
And so that's kind of how we are right now. Even taking gigs, we're more so looking at it like. We're not taking DJ gigs right now. We've only been doing some other services that we offer. And, cause I'm just not comfortable, dealing with it right now. You know, I'm just a little leery. Now we have a caller coming in. We're going to bring him on. Hello, caller. Can you hear me?
Hey, what up?
Who we got in the building? DJ Be Quiet. What's up, fam?
Hey, what's going on? This one and only repping up 317.
Hey.
So what you got on your mind?
Hey.
Chilling.
What's going
out
on
here in the
man?
streets of Baltimore, stirring up confusion and confronting the status quo. You know me.
That's right. I'm glad everybody washing their hands in 6 feet or more away.
Hey,
hopefully washing their hands and washing their eyes.
All that.
All right, what you got on your mind, bro?
I just did a hair fashion show about a couple weeks ago, and
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Trying to stay relevant in the 22K20. And we had a capacity. We had a capacity of like 700 or something like that. And then the week of, I think Chicago ended up having a shutdown, and they reduced it by 25%. We did have once the show got started, this doors opened at 7, show was supposed to start at 8, but just for 8 o'clock, the Board of Health, I think it was Board of Health, CDC came in, and they stayed for 30 minutes. We didn't get started, but, you know, everybody was masked up anyway. And I think that was probably in the neighborhood of, I would probably say about 300 people the entire night, throughout the entire night. And it was probably the absolute biggest I've ever seen in front of me, like live, and then like even on Facebook, across, you know, Instagram. I'm throwing that one out there, but there was a lot of people, and it was mildly uncomfortable because so many people, and then they had like hookah machines going, and they probably had some 18 to 20 hookah machines going at the same time. So it was a hot box, if you will, but that definitely it had me really uncomfortable to a certain degree. I was out front of lights in a different part of the venue. You know, I was by myself. I was blocked off with my road cases, but even still, you know, there were people that were just, you know, standing around. Weren't a lot of chairs, but I would definitely say 200. Anything over 200, and I mean they definitely had, you know, the COVID seating available, but everything else was like standing room, and I'm trust you.
So do you feel like
They
you need
weren't
to? Do you feel like you need to quarantine for 2 weeks after doing this gig?
Actually, I really wanted to ask them, like, you know, like what was the capacity or the numbers for that night. I guessed about 300, but quarantine. I mean, honestly, I felt like it would have been. It was the equivalent of me just drinking a cup of COVID. So,
Oh wow!
Oh wow.
I think I'd be that DJ in a damn bubble. I held that whole big ass.
yeah,
I'd be looking like an astronaut in that Joker. I appreciate.
Yeah, and I thought I had good spirits, but you know, when more people started to come in and they were just standing around and they were literally like standing next to each other, within like 2 feet of each other, you know, and drinking and eating. They had caterers there.
Oh wow!
Multiple caterers.
Well, bruh, you be safe out there, bruh. You be safe and
yeah.
let's stay masked up.
I'm gonna do the Donald Trump thing.
Keep your hands washed.
Donald Trump thing.
Hey, look, keep your hands washed, keep your ass washed. stay out of trouble. All right, bro. Appreciate you. All right, we got another call. Caller in the queue. We got my homie Gerald from G Fire for Productions coming in, and let's bring him on. What's up, Gerald? You on the line?
What's up, my people?
What's good, fam?
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's chilling.
Love in the house.
Chilling. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, actually. Been doing a lot of running the streets lately, but I'm good. Everything's cool, you know. And so yeah, y'all talking about DJing this winter right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my thoughts are I actually have a lot of summer events or spring events that postponed when everything shut down to the winter now. And so here in Texas, we do have some limited capacity, but for the last few events that I DJ'd at, one thing I noticed is that they do try to spread the tables out a little further away, and they even try to consider the seating charts with, you know, pretty much families, like people that live together anyway. They try to seat them like that. But what I see, man, is once that dance floor light up, that's it. All that mask and social distance is out the window.
Yeah, the music and
they
over.
just go forward. So here's one of the things I want to share with the DJs, and I'm pretty sure a lot of guys are already doing this, right? One is I usually keep myself pretty distant from everybody by way of I have freedom sticks, or sometimes they'll automatically put 2 chairs behind the DJ table. And even though I'm a solo op when I'm there, I take both of the chairs and I put them there as a barricade for myself. And then, or I'll use my freedom sticks or something like that sometimes. But what I do is I put a notepad on the table and I let them write the request versus coming trying to, you know, whisper in my ear about it. At the moment of toast, especially at weddings, my flow is I would make the announcement for the toast. I put a screen on the mic, give it to them. They make the toast, and I get the mic back. But I hold the mic near down my mid-chest level and say, okay, thank you for those words of encouragement, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing that's going to happen is this. And then I go over there. I have a plastic glove. You've probably seen the ones that girls do their hair with and stuff, you know. And so I just grab that windscreen. I take it off, glove over the windscreen. It goes in a Ziploc bag. I sanitize that whole mic. I got some Clorox wipes available. And then I hit sanitize on my hand. So I'm always very conscious of transferring that microphone back and forth. I tried the mic stand thing, but they just take it off the mic stand anyway.
Had to duct tape that joker to the stand.
Look, put it in the car wash, you know, hit it later on. But I usually try to just stay, you know, distant as much as possible away from everybody. And I even use my own personal body mechanics. So if somebody's not conscious and they just walk up to me, I'm usually kind of elbows out, turned sideways or whatever, just to keep that distance there. But either way, man, I think the discipline across the board is really not there. If you actually pay attention when you go out, a lot of people are just like, I think we're over it. You know, that's kind of like the general attitude out there. You know,
what they call it, COVID fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Notre Dame, they just won a game, man, and like the whole stadium just rushed the field, like, yay, we won. You know, like, did you see that? So
I didn't see that.
Yeah, like literally the whole stands just rushed the field, like they never made the playoffs before or something. But
that
it happened. So
crazy.
And
well, brother,
yeah, so
you
as a DJ, man.
Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
And I was just saying, well, brother, make sure you stay safe out there. Thank you for calling in, and we'll definitely be talking soon, bruh.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, you too.
Now, to see, and that's another thing you got to consider is like some people think this COVID is a hoax, but yeah. So
that goes, hearing those two different DJ perspectives, it made me think about the standards that we decided the conditions under which we would work and the standards that people would have to adhere to. And it's 3 V's. It's the venue itself, it is the ventilation in the venue, and it is the amount of talking and such that's going to be going on around you. And, are people going to be wearing masks? Is there opportunity for people to be washing their hands? Because we ain't talking about like something you can just get a shot for and, get back to your regularly scheduled life. Even people that have recovered have long-term health conditions. So I think it's appropriate, we have to work. That's the nature of our industry. But I also think that we have to be responsible.
Now,
we got to survive and we got to be responsible as much as we possibly can.
So new standards going into 2021 is going to be making sure we got our face masks, standard equipment, making sure we got our gloves, our sanitizer. Making sure we get ready to have a big party on January 20th. We can turn up. and
something that I thought about is kind of crazy and kind of goes into what we were talking about as far as partying in 2021. And one of the things that we keep saying over and over again is that DJs are really good at setting a groove. And I think in 2021, being able to reach people virtually in some capacity is going to be a way that, one, we're going to help people to de-stress and be less fatigued from all this social distancing and all that kind of stuff, but also to teach people how to personally find a groove again that is not based around their phone.
So basically she's saying visit www.Power Jam DJs to book the Power Jam DJs 240-745-5267. God dog it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. But yeah, I do think that. I think that as DJs, vibe setters, people who have made this investment in the music and the equipment, we're gonna have to find ways to connect people in ways that makes it cool to be shut in the house and distant from each other.
Now, before we close, there's one last thing I want to say about industry standards. Don't let other people dictate your creativity. Use what you want, when you want. Don't care what nobody got to say about it, whether they use it or not. Don't be afraid to try virtual DJ, hashtag try VDJ challenge. Try new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Serato is just a software company. Virtual DJ is a software company that's been around longer than Serato. It's like, but people use Serato because they say it's an industry standard. Who says that shit? Whose idea was that? Tractor is an industry standard. Well, use what you want. All right. So on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna give my remote panel, an opportunity to tell the folks how they can reach you, starting with DJ Tony Rome.
Once again, DJ Tony Rome from the Boogie Down Bronx here in New York. You can reach me on LinkedIn at Zucker Entertainment and Slick Witted Productions.
DJ B Love.
DJ B Love, PowerJamsDJs.com, or if you old school and you just want to hit me up on the telephone, 240-745 JAMS, JAMS. That's old school.
Jams, Jams. My in-studio guest.
Hey, man.
What's your social medias? Put them out there.
Nah, I'm done Tony Reed, man. Hey, that's it, man. You know.
He said, if you want to talk to me, you go through my uncle. You can book me through my uncle.
I ain't never beat a lot of people.
I'm a little private with mine.
Hey now, hey.
No, but at the end of the day, man, I respect all the DJs, and y'all just be prepared, because I know when all this mess is over with, it's going to be a whole lot of parties jumping off. So,
how do y'all deal with the crowd, though, once they get drunk and keep requesting different songs? Like, everybody on the vibe, and here come this one person want to request this one dumb song.
I could take this one. All right. It depends. Sometimes somebody will come up to you drunk, and they have a $50 bill in their hand. Can you play my song? Oh, yeah, I got you.
So you definitely going to play it.
If they ask nicely and it fit what I'm doing, I'll play it. Some people don't take requests. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I like it when people request
with money.
Well, especially with I like money, period.
But I see that a lot now, and the DJs will book a party and be like, "Don't come up to the booth requesting no songs."
Nah, see, to me, when you request songs, it allows me to see what you're thinking, what you want to vibe to.
Can anybody request a song?
And I will work it into the set if it fits the vibe for the night. If it's a hip hop party and you ask for country, I ain't playing that shit.
Can anybody request a song?
If I'm in the middle of playing R&B and you ask for Young Thug, you gotta wait till I get back to hip hop. Now, can anybody request a song?
Does the person matter? Like, can I come up there and you having a party, but it ain't my shit, and I be like, yo, man, play that Yo Gotti for me, or whatever.
It depends. Like every gig,
yeah, look at me like I'm crazy. Like, who the fuck is this, man? I don't know you.
Like every gig we book, we ask, can your guests make requests?
Oh, okay. So that's some of the things y'all do ask.
That's part of our standard operating procedure.
Oh, okay.
We ask.
Sometimes you have to put it in your contract too.
It's a whole lot of stuff.
So it's a big business. It's bigger than just. See, that's what I'm trying to say. It's bigger if you look at the person that come with the, not dissing the phone, like I said, she knows somebody that can rock it out or whatever. But you know, if you know what I'm saying, you look at somebody, you're like, yo, can I go to him and even say what the hell he gonna play it on? You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's when it goes back to presentation is everything too.
And plus, it's like you gotta remember the people who don't like some. Other people who don't like requests, it might be because they might have a limited music situation, limited library. Mm-hmm. They might not have a lot of shit. They got just what they need for that night. But like us personally, we bring every song of every genre to every event. Because I might be in the mood and feel like it might be whatever party. So I might personally want to hear some Afro beats. And I'm going to drop that joint. Or B Love, for example, she know it's certain songs that I like that I don't play. Because I know she's going to play it because I like how she play them. And so when she dropped the joint, I'm like, she did that just for me. Because I know it wasn't on their songs I want to hear list. You know.
See, I'm a different type of DJ. Sometimes I'll take your request. Sometimes I won't, even if the client says... if the client says no, then it's just no, period. But if the client says yes and there's a guest there, they come up. If I'm not there, if I'm not feeling that vibe, I won't even say come back or I'll get you later. I just say no, I'm not taking I'm doing this right now. And it seemed to flow. And I also kind of seek people out that I want to DJ for. and kind of suggest to people, you should have a party. And people seem to go with it, right? So in that case, I know who I'm working for and I know what they want to hear. And
sometimes it is as simple as, did they ask nicely?
Yeah. Or did they ask intelligibly? Like if they just come up and be like, "Can you play that one song that it got the bass?" And they be saying, "Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah."
boom, 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 boom.
You're like, what I'm supposed to do with that?
Now, this is a true story. We was DJing in Odenton, Maryland at a bar, and a guy came up and asked, "Can you play that one song by that black guy with the hair?"
You tell me all of them.
He sure did.
And I was like, okay, it's a lot of black guys with hair.
With the hair. With the hair.
You know what my favorite thing to do is to have someone ask for a request for something that's obscure or something that they think that I wouldn't know about because of whatever reason they're making that judgment, and then I had that shit and be singing it.
Yeah, that
has happened to me at several events. People try me because they think I'm too young, or they think I'm too old, or they think I don't have a particular experience. And but being a DJ, you get to be exposed to all types of music, and people have so many different types of tastes. It's been times we've gone to do gigs, and the song list and the artists that the client requests, they became favorites of my own. That's how I found out about Jadena. Doing a gig for a client, I was like, "Oh, okay, what's this is? Oh, get that, J-Rock."
All right, Tony Ron, what you say?
No, one of the things that I adapted to, because I think I told you before, I started doing these soulful Zoom parties. So after they did the original, the exercises, I would take requests. The way that I did it is that I made a special Cash App account. Send me your request with a $5 Cash App. And it took off like wildfire because I was allowed to play, I think, about 2.5 hours worth of music. And it was for all different genres of people. They were old, young, participating in these Zumba parties. It was just something to do in the open field. So I just took requests and I mixed it. Actually, that first night, it was about $450.
That sounds dope.
Man.
Yeah,
just off the Cash App alone.
Well, I'm
that way you don't have to get that close to me to talk to me. You sent it in the description of the Cash App what song you wanted to play.
So Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'm thinking about hosting a 90s Zoom party. Y'all let that marinate if y'all want to participate and be down and all that good stuff. So I want to take this opportunity to thank my guests in studio and remote for your support. Everybody that's tuned in, down below in the description of this video, you're going to see a link, event stream team / DJ gear or gear deals, something like that. You'll notice it. If you click that link and you place an order on whatever, you click the link, you put in your name, your phone number, email, and what you want. My sales rep will give you a call. Whatever gear you want, I'm guaranteed to get you 10 to 15% off, depending on what the gear is. You want that new Pioneer S11? Holler at me. We can get you those. The SE version, Rain 12s, Denon speakers, RCF, EV Evolves,
all that.
Everything. Hit that link.
All that peanut butter and the jelly. It
goes directly to my inside sales rep. He'll get up with you and get you a good deal. So make sure y'all check out J-Rock gear deals. The link is in the comments in the description below. So on that note, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Everyday DJ podcast. Shout out to my guests,
The Reeds.
The Reeds in the house. Tony Rome in the house.
All right.
B Love in the house. I appreciate
And
y'all.
the house is packed.
He said the house is packed.
The house is packed.
Yay! Let's go now. It's a party. I appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all next week. Hold on, my homeboy got something to say though.
I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, Baltimore Zone. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore. My main man, Jay Reed, a.k.a. DJ J Rock. Each and every day on that DJ podcast. Everyday DJ podcast with my main man, DJ J Rock.
Is that your version of social distancing in the house?
Hey, Tony said he wants sofa chairs next time his whole ass hurt in this show.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
All right.
Can y'all hear me?
All right, y'all. I'm about to power it out. Hey, Tony Rowe, I'm going to holler at you, baby.
All right, man. Catch you later.
All right.
Bye, beloved.
Goodbye, birthday twin.
Bye.